Hey, welcome back to Two Nigerian Women. My name is Ibukun.
Welcome back, everyone. My name is Abidemi. I'm in a very serious mood this morning because today has just been amazing. So much is going on, and I'm
Oh
trying
dear.
hard not to let the pressure get to me. But I'm
Ah,
doing it so far. So, yes. But I'm happy to be back with you guys for another episode. Let's get talking.
oh dear. And we chose this episode to record Wahala Wahala.
Crazy,
So
crazy. Wala, 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 wala.
so thank you guys for your reception of our last episode, well, of the episode we recorded about this that was called See Wahala. So we are still referring to Quora, Quora, not sponsored, to people's dilemmas that they post freely on the internet for anyone to comment on. And we thought, why not put the Two Nigerians Women spin on it in terms of our opinions and our thoughts, and hopefully good advice to anyone facing the same thing. Let us know in the comments if you are facing anything similar to what we go through in this episode. So, Sisi, are you ready? I know
Yes,
you're
sir.
already in a great mood.
Yeah, I am in a great mood. I just
Okay.
busy with builders and not keeping to time. End of discussion. That's where I'm at right now. So yeah,
Mind them.
yeah.
Don't mind them. Do not mind them. Okay. Now, this one. Someone posted, is this wrong? My mother, a single mother of three, and works 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., usually makes me and my siblings do most of the basic housework. One is 18, the other is 16, and I am 14. We cook, clean, and shop for the house. She doesn't often help.
Hmm.
I know. Wait, first of all, this person claims they are 14 and they're on here asking this question. I don't know, like the children will say, I don't know if this is cap or not, but this almost seems a bit suspicious.
Um.
Someone causing trouble. Okay, go on, Sissy. What do you think?
Well, I think if you're living in a family, we all have our role to play. The house is not going to get cleaned. The shopping is not going to get done if we
Hmm.
all don't do our bit. I'm talking on the side of the mom. She is a single mom trying to bring up these children, trying to provide for them. If she doesn't work, bills don't get paid. And whatever job she's doing is a hard job, especially working from 9 to 5 every day. I don't know if the weekends are included. But this is
Mm,
someone that has to be present physically, emotionally, psychologically, even for herself, finding the peace, finding the joy, finding what gives her joy. And I think that she must have sacrificed a lot for these children, even sacrifice her own, the things that give her pleasure because of these children. And I think it is a little, it is not too much to ask. Yes, maybe the demand, or they're not getting any appreciation, or they see their mates living their lives and not having those kind of responsibilities. But we have to understand that it is not easy for this woman. And I feel that there needs to be some kind of understanding on either side. The mom needs to understand the children, because these children are growing up really fast and taking a lot of responsibilities that they don't necessarily need to take, but have to step in because there's no one else to do it. And also for the children, it is not easy for mom because she's having to put food on the table. If she doesn't work, the bills don't get paid. Food doesn't, even the shopping cannot get done. Imagine living, and I'm sure she's living from paycheck to paycheck. Imagine living at the mercy of the government, looking for food stamps. I don't know wherever they are, so I don't know what they call it where they are. But it is
mm,
a stress. It is a strain on her. I know that it is hard. I know that it's easy. And I know that these things, there is no hard and fast rule as a family. Family comes with lots of complications. There's no cookie cutter image of what a family should look and feel or look like. And there's no perfect family. And I think
mm,
it's important that we need to take this away and not try to compare ourselves to other families or other people that have two parent situations and don't seem to have a lot that they're dealing with. But I
mm,
want to tell you, it's not easy for mom, and I know that if she could have it any other way, she'll have it any other way. And another way, maybe there ought to be some kind of appreciation coming from her to the kids, which shouldn't be so hard. But then again, there's a lot of mindset thing because we don't know what her background was like growing up and how things have been, or even if there's a perfect relationship or a relationship between her and her parents, or even the partner that is the father of the children.
mhm,
But there needs to be some kind of understanding. And maybe mom needs to be a little bit more grateful, thoughtful, kind, say please and thank you to the children, because they're not too big to be or too small to be appreciated. I say
Mm,
thank you to my kids, and I've been saying thank you to my kids since they were little, because they need
mm,
to know that they are bringing value, no matter how small, they are bringing value to the table, and their feelings are valid. The way they see life, the way what they say is important, because the family, we are a unit of however numbers we are a unit, and it's important that we all work together as a family.
mm,
And so I don't think it's easy for mom, and I don't think it's easy for the children, because they're having to go to
mm,
school, study, do well, as well as
mhm.
every other thing. But there will always be pressure. So you definitely know that this season is going to come to an end. It's going to come a time that you're going to move out of the house, you're going to go to university. You're not, did they mention the age of the children again?
Yeah, so 18, 16, and 14.
Exactly. So 18-year-old is going to be out very soon, going to university. Even if they're leaving their university is local, they might get their own place. It's not going to be that way. But these are the lessons that we're learning, how to behave in a family, how things are done properly. I have my nephew that just went off to university, and
Mm-hmm.
he is in a house with other people, and he is neat. He's always tidying, always cleaning, always clearing up. He has his own bathroom to himself. But these are the things that if he didn't learn at home, he will not know how to handle himself. And I think these are lessons that mom's equipping you for. Though they're hard lessons, they are lessons that you will need in future. And you definitely know what is not attainable, or what is not right when you live with other people, or what is not good or fair. So even cleaning up, my nephew is cleaning, he's doing so many things that is the lesson that he learns from home. And it's
Mm.
very important that you see this as a phase. It's not going to last forever. Whatever
It,
has a beginning has an end. I know it's easier said than done. When you're going through it, you'll not be able to see the end, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. And funny enough, you might miss all these things when you move out of the house, because moving out comes with extra responsibilities. You're going to pay the bill. You're going to have to work. And then you not appreciate what mom has done to make sure that you didn't need to work. All you needed to do was do the chores and all the other bits. And she didn't tell you to bring money home to add to what is there. Because you have families that actually, when the kids are 16, 17, even younger, my husband used to started working when he was really, really young, weekend jobs and stuff. And you have parents that will say, contribute your own quota to the house, to the running of the house. Everybody has to bring their own bit. And then there's that pressure. So you're working to pay bills before even starting out life. And that is what is happening to a lot of people. And I think we just need to be grateful. It's not, no family is perfect, and no family has it all. Some are having to go through this so they don't go through this later. And some are not going through this, but will go through stuff like that later. And it's very important that we take away these lessons, no matter how difficult and hard they are. It is a lesson that
mhm.
we need to learn as individuals. Because a lot of the times, a lot of people go to university and they learn the hard way. And you've already been equipped. Thank God for mom that is providing. So you are just learning to do the little bits. But all these bits, they do matter.
Mm,
I just
mm.
think it's very important that there's grace on either side. Mommy needs to appreciate the children, and the children also needs to appreciate mom, because she's doing so much. A lot of people have left their children and I don't want to do this. It's too much pressure, and just taking a walk. And she could have done that. And do you think that, because some children also, you have children that'll say, maybe that would have been a lot better.
Wait, but
Just,
okay. So
you don't know
let's
what they're
come
getting.
back. So
Mm,
the person who puts this query on is
mm,
14. And the tone of the query, I've read it again and again. And yes, he could have meant something, he or she could have meant something different to what they wrote. But it almost reads like they expect the mom to do what those household chores are.
mm,
And this woman, for her to start work at 7 a.m. means she leaves the house minimum 6:30 a.m. because
mm,
obviously you have to get, even if it is next door, you have to get there on time to then be able to start at 7. So she is working for how many hours a day? I can't do the math. 10 hours. 10 hours a day,
mm,
and she comes back to the house and you're saying, well, my siblings and I have done the basic housework and she doesn't help. That triggered me. Help, what do you mean help? She's out 10 hours a day,
yeah.
and you are saying she should help you do basic housework. Like you said, the 18-year-old will soon leave the house. 18 is an adult. You are living in the house. You should contribute to the upkeep of the house, not necessarily financially, but from a resource perspective. Take out the trash, clean, cook if you can, and things like that. And I'm sorry, the query reads a bit of it reads a bit
Entitled.
ungrateful, an entitled, privileged, all the things you can put on that sort of comment. Are you serious? I grew up cooking. I keep telling my husband this, and he keeps going. I started cooking at 7. I wasn't forced to, but I love to cook.
Mm.
And it might have developed from having started cooking that early on
Yeah.
in life. But even before 7, I knew how to wash plates. So did my siblings. It was the way we were brought up. It was almost like an of course, as opposed to you should be asked to help. And I think we have generations now, I would say maybe 2 generations now, of entitlement, where people expect to be catered to,
Mm.
as opposed to being well, doing the same for others. And I don't understand it. I genuinely don't understand it. What should she do? She should come back at 5 and then start washing plates you ate with. She should come back at 5 and start cooking dinner when you are old enough to cook. I don't even understand why you're asking the question. For you to ask the question, there's something intrinsically wrong with your way of thinking. So let us help you. Let's help you. You are wrong. This woman is working as many hours as she can to make sure you have a roof over your head, food on your table, clothes on your back. Help her. She might not even have asked you to help, but just stated her expectation. And
Mm.
yes, she might not say thank you, but please help this woman. Because in the little that she does, from your perspective, in terms of bringing to the house, it is more than the person that is missing. And we don't know. She might be a single mother because she's widowed. She could be single because they've separated. We don't know. But at least she is there.
Mm.
She is there. Help her. Help her help you. That's my opinion. So, is there anything else to add before they
Because
tell you
he's,
to move on?
yeah, I think because he's 14 as well, he probably just started getting extra responsibility. So he's feeling the pressure. And the
Mm,
others have been doing it, so they've gotten used to it and just carrying on. And he's asking why. Why do you have to? Why do you have to? Because he's beginning to. I have my children ask me, I'm like, who's going to do it? You need to tidy up your room. I'm not going to do that for you. I have so much that I'm doing. So no help is going to do that. You are going to do your own room by yourself.
mm,
And it is, I think, being in the Western world, these kind of, because these are the things that we were brought up. Even if when we had helps, maids, and stuff, you still needed to do your own bit as you were growing up. It was standard. Even the maids will order you around. They'll tell you to
mm,
go wash plates or sweep, or you sweep with them. It was a thing that you did. We always had people that were working in the house. It was the cook, it was the gardener. There was so many people, the guards. 'Cause my dad was in the military, so I have a military background. So we had all these things provided for us. At the
mm,
point, we had two helps. We had a steward, we had two helps, a male and a female, growing up, and then we had people that would come and gardeners and all of that. But you still needed to do your own bit.
mhm,
They will cook, but you wash plates because there was no dishwasher then. But
mm.
we knew we had chores and we had to keep up with those chores. It was standard behavior. So I think children brought up in the Western world, there's a lot of things that they take for granted. And this is
Same.
not Africa that you have family that always help. Or it's not Africa that you had, because we had a big farm that was produce. So we grew our own food. We always had our own food. The
Mm,
only things that we bought from the market were the basics like salt, like Maggie, and all those little things. Every other thing we had. We had corn farm, we had cattle, we had sweet potato, we had was corn. Corn was the basis for a lot of things. We had rice paddy that was ours. We had the millet. We had cows. We had goats, chickens. We had all sorts. So everything was there. We had fruit, fresh fruit that was in the house. We had all those things that we provided ourselves, and but we still had people that needed to do all the other bits. But we still did our own bit. We went to the farm on the weekend with my mom or my dad. It was to harvest, it was to clear stuff, because it was just that work mentality that even though we had people doing it, we still had to do our bit. We had a sugarcane farm
Mm, mm.
that we
So
went to harvest the
you
sugarcane.
are very hands on, hands
Yeah,
on.
hands on. We planted, we harvested, we had yam farm. We had a yam farm, we had guava trees, we had mango trees, we had honeys, we had bees. We had all of that. We had chickens, we had goats. We had all these things, and some we kept, some we sold. So you have us. There was corn, so we had the corn for the family. The corn was turned to tuwo. There was, sorry, tuwo is like a kind of, I don't know how to explain it, a kind of
On
meal.
meal,
The
like
corn
yeah,
meal. We
yeah.
did it for pap, which was like custard. We
Mm,
had yam for amala, which is like a yam meal. We had all those things. We had egusi as well. We planted egusi. So we harvested the egusi. We dried it. We washed it. We sold some. We had the
mm.
ones we had in house. We had to basically break the seeds out. And
Wow.
we did all of that. And that was it. We did corn that we had not knuckles. Our palms were like, we had what's those called?
Scabs or scarf. Yeah.
Yes, we had all those the thing on our, yeah. We did
Mm.
it, but we had to do it, and that was just us. And then when we moved to the west, we had the coconut farm, we had the palm farm, we had so many things, but it was that work mentality, and we couldn't say, "Oh, who's going to do it?" When we had people doing that, because you couldn't even order the maid around. You couldn't even order the driver around. Seriously.
Back to the point.
Mhm.
It's the age of entitlement,
Yes.
privilege. As in, why am I not being taken care of?
Mhm.
And to be honest with you, that is the natural, selfish human instinct. I should be taken care of. And babies, and they don't know any better because they haven't had the opportunity to be taught. Are that way inclined. You need to feed me, bathe me, entertain me.
Yeah.
But come on, 18, 16, and 14. Excuse you. Anyway, Sissy, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah.
My fiance keeps taking away my engagement ring when we fight and says, "You don't deserve it anymore." He even went outside and tried to throw it away. Is this acceptable?
That's no fiance yet. My girl, you're engaged to yourself. A broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. There's no need. If you're doing this kind of thing and you're not married, then what's he going to do when you get married? That is abuse already. He's
Madam,
already himself.
run, run for the hills.
Carry your two slippers, put it under your armpit and pick race. Let your heel be touching the back of your head. Run
Do run,
for a relationship. Because
run for
what
the hills.
will make is like you almost feel like he's doing you a favor. Like he's helping your life. My dear, you are on your own. No, you better leave that person. Leave that guy. Let him be on. He needs his own type. That is toxic. Like that's the beginning of a toxic relationship. You want to throw me.
Behavior.
Use your own money to buy. It's not by force. You don't have to be. I'm not saying you don't deserve it. Am I your child?
It's not even that. Why are you
Is it
arguing so
nice?
much? Why are you arguing so much that this is repeated behavior? See, I know, preparing for the wedding day and things like that can really create a lot of tension and, stress you out, and then you argue. But see, if the arguments are so, how best to say, nonsensical, if the arguments are so nonsensical and his way to handle it is, "Give me the engagement ring, I'm throwing it away." He's not even saying, "I'm leaving you." He's trying to punish you by throwing away the engagement ring.
And
Um,
almost like if he throws away the ring, the relationship is over. My dear, it's already over.
it's not even a red flag. That one is, the race is finished.
The flag is all
Stop.
color. When we will siren. Leave.
Abi,
There's no
it's,
need.
it's not, let's use the analogy, the race analogy. It's not a red flag. It's a checkered flag, black and white. Race is
That kind of
over.
person, you have children with that person, they will take the children and go.
Madam,
And then you'll
look,
be going mad. So they're trying to punish you. Then you'll be apologizing for what you did not even do. This is a relationship. You are relating. This one not relating with you, he's relating with himself. You're not
learn
relating.
common sense. So you see, the sense that is not common, let us teach you. This is not something you should go
Take
into.
Yes.
You might love him, and I'm sure you would have, which is
I
why
know.
you're still there. or you might love something about him. I don't know what it is. But the point is, this is the precursor of a significant problem. And if you're unwilling to open up your mind, forget your eyes because you've seen what he's doing, open up your mind to the possibility this person is not for you, you are setting yourself up for a lifetime of pain. So there are ways, yes, you can go to counseling. If they're unwilling to change, leave.
That person already is already started on a wrong note. This one, he keeps taking the ring. There's no amount of counseling going to change that. He's still going to do something. He might stop the ring. He might turn to something else. And
Wait,
is the value in the relationship now? When you have children, what is he going to do?
well,
There's no amount of counseling. See that relationship.
wait,
Let's start on a clean slate. Right now, the slate is scribbled everywhere. There's
wait.
no.
So, Sissy, not even playing any advocate of any sort. The point is, she's coming to ask for advice, which means she's open to cancel, right?
Mm.
She's open to cancel. Wait now, let us process it with her.
Oh
So
yeah.
she's open to cancel. So someone says actually you need to go sit down with a counselor and go through this. So I went through premarital counseling, which a lot of churches would advocate you go for. Yeah.
Mm.
So you go to premarital counseling, you explain what the issue is. And then this guy says that actually taking something of value away from someone is the way he was brought up to learn discipline or to
Yeah,
learn,
but
if you
that's
will,
intended for children, not for grown adults.
but it has stayed with the grown adults. Now let
Please,
us just
adults go very, very far. Oh, you are not met to say.
now let us see. So he says this is his childhood trauma that he has since now brought into his adulthood and is now imposing on this fiance lady. And then the counselor is like, okay, what are you going to do differently? He says, I will stop doing it. If he does it again, like my wonderful Cecilia said, it's better to have a broken engagement than a broken marriage. I do not want to support your divorce in the future. I would say you need to pretty much agree to love each other from afar. Give him back the ring he wants to throw away. Let him go and throw it away on his own time.
Or
And then go,
a person can collect the ring and give it to somebody else.
and it could be that. It could be that. Or he might even be trying to find a way to break off the engagement, and you're the one holding him back.
Help yourself, help him. That way you
Oh,
want
you are right, Sissy. Help yourself, help you. You need this, like I said, this is a checkered flag that this might be a relationship that is over, and you need to be very honest with yourself and with him and agree to disagree from afar and just go and see, pray that God provides you with someone that loves you for you. But
yeah.
yeah,
But you have so much. Why are you bringing to the table? You have so much you have to give. If the person there with is not seeing that value, there's no point trying to prove yourself. This is not debating society. Neither is it your parents. Even for our parents, we get to a point that we're not going to prove anything to them. This is who I am. Take me as I am. If you're not going to take it, that's fine.
move
And
on.
I'm okay with it because this is who God has made me to be. I
Mm-mm.
think that's very, very important because a lot of people don't know, they don't even know themselves.
No,
So
they
they don't
don't.
even know what they're capable of or or the value that they see in themselves. People don't know their value. And I think it's very important to because for me, the root cause of why do you think you keep taking this man back or seeing that it's a normal thing? How do you
Mm,
see yourself? How do you
mm,
carry yourself? How are you presenting yourself? There's a lot of self-awareness that we also have to do when it comes
mm,
to the girl child because a lot of the times people feel that marriage is the prize.
mm,
And not
mm.
everybody will get married. Not
Nope.
everybody will have children. And I think we need to, because not everybody has the capacity. Some people, that's why you see some people have children and they cannot even take care of the children. And people are looking for don't have because it was never meant to be. And
Mm,
it's so situational. And I think we need to start embracing these changes in all of ourselves. Not everyone will get married, and we don't have to shame people for not getting married. Not everyone will have children. We don't have to make them feel small or make them feel unimportant or make them feel less human because they don't have children. You
mm,
understand? I think we need to start embracing our differences and accepting people
mm,
for who they are. Because for me, for this lady, going back to this lady, how are you seeing yourself? How do you see yourself that you're allowing this kind of abusive behavior? Because just because it's not physical, like it's not physically touching, doesn't mean it's not abuse. Abuse can come in all sorts of forms. How are you seeing this abusive behavior? How are you taking it?
This is torment. But also, you said something
Hey,
about value. I don't know how much this supposed engagement ring is, oh, that he feels him throwing it away
idea
would
of value, and he's trying to say, if I can throw this ring away, it means that it's not anything. Do you understand? And is the ring not supposed to be on your hand? So he forcefully takes.
throw it away.
Oh no! But look at it. You have an engagement ring. Did you ever take off your engagement? I wore my engagement ring until what happened? I think one of the stones fell off, and I like, you know what? It's there somewhere. I see it, but I don't have it anymore.
Hmm.
Even my original wedding ring is somewhere. I don't wear it anymore because
Hmm.
long story anyway.
Long
But
story.
another one. But your engagement ring is on your hand. Is it
Yes.
asks you for the engagement ring back, or he forcefully takes it off you? And then what in your mind feels is okay for somebody to keep taking and giving, taking and giving? Like, where are you going to draw the line? Where does the box stop? Like, enough, I don't want this ring anymore.
Hmm.
Because he obviously does not value the relationship or value you.
No.
Next, you have children with this man, he will take the children and go off to punish you.
See, you know how they say love is blind. Eh? Please let it not be permanent lifetime blindness. You know, I understand what you said in terms of no amount of counseling could possibly help. I think because it's in the present situation, you're already engaged. You might be planning your wedding day
Just
already.
see, people's weddings get cancelled on the wedding day.
I know, I know. I know, and it will be a sad thing to happen, but it's better it happens before, like Sissy has said, you now have children that you say, "I will take away your child because you disagreed over what you served him for dinner," kind
Mm,
of thing.
mm.
So please, I implore you, lady out there, look carefully at this circumstance and make an informed decision based off what you have seen. This guy has a problem. It's established.
You
Number
can't
two,
help him.
well, you can't help him the way you think you can. Let's put it that way.
You
You
can help
could
him from afar by ending the relationship.
exactly that. You could help him by ending the relationship so he seeks counsel. And then lastly, value yourself. Run.
Mm.
Run for the hills. Well, on that note of unsolicited, well, solicited advice, actually, she put it out there on Quora. So on that note, those are our opinions. Let us know, those of you listening, what you think of what we've said, or what you think, independently of what we've said, of
Mm.
the two dilemmas we've discussed today. Thank you for listening to us, and please share, like, comment, and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to. Sissy, would you sign us out?
Yes. Thank you for spending your time with us. We appreciate it. And we can't wait to be back with another dilemma episode. We have Uncle Sumade very soon in the building. I hope you have your questions, your comments, your likes, whatever. Hey, throw it at us. We will respond to the ones we can respond to if we can. But if it's not anything we can respond to, we'll just leave it at that. But thank you for spending time with us. Really appreciate it. Hope you are doing well, your family is doing well, and we will see you on our next episode.
Okay, bye bye. God bless. Bye.